Computer. All right, we should be live. Hey everyone, I'm Debbie Cromack. I am a romance author. I write contemporary romance stories with a lot of heart and a hint of steam. And we're doing something a little bit different from this week and going forward. I'm reading to you from someone exactly like me. It is my second book. It is currently on Amazon. It's available in ebook and paperback and free to read on Kindle Unlimited. And the book that I'm writing right now is based on a secondary character from this book. So the heroine is Destiny and her best friend is Candy. And so my readers loved the character of Candy so much, they asked me to write that story. So that story is in the works and being written. And I thought it'd be kind of fun to give you guys a little bit of a read along so that you have something fun to keep you entertained while I continue writing that story. So let's get started. Again, my disclaimer, I am not a great out loud reader, but we are going to go with it. So we are in Destiny's point of view tonight, and I will read you the sentence starting from last night. Maybe I sip my martini, recalling how hot and bothered I was with Nico's hands on me and then being in his arms. And I'm sorry to say it, but you really need to let go of Henry. You don't like him, and whatever it is you two are doing isn't going anywhere. She takes a longer sip. Oh, Henry, he's not my boyfriend, but we go to dinner every now and then. I'm pretty sure he wants more, but there's just no spark. Candy thinks he's a dud, and she's not wrong. I know, I sigh. I know. I guess I just feel bad. He really is a nice guy, so he's a little boring, and I'm not at all attracted to him, but it's nice to have someone to go to dinner with every now and then. I lick a little of the chocolate syrup and graham cracker crumbs off the rim of my glass and take another sip. It's time to let him go and open yourself up to your soulmate finding you. The second she lays it out there is the second I wonder if my soulmate is out there or if he even exists. Is there really a soulmate for every person? I always believed there was, especially watching my parents and how in love they still are. Recently, I started to doubt it. I want to believe my soulmate is out there somewhere, but I just don't know anymore. This is going to be an amazing year for you. I can feel it. Excitement rises in her voice as she takes a big swig of her martini. Oh yeah? Absolutely. She smiles so big I can't help but smile. Come on, drink up. We have dancing to do. She downs the last of her drink. Then dance we shall, I announce, then lick the remaining chocolate syrup and graham cracker crumbs off the rim of my glass and down the rest of my martini. The group is huddled at the opening that overlooks the dance floor below us. They're dancing and drinking as they watch the crowd. Nico's standing off to the side, a bystander, taking it all in. He's barely had any of his drink. Holding my hand, Candy leads me into the group, and we dance together to the thumping of the loud music. Sexual energy permeates the air above the sea of dancing bodies below us. The slippery nipple shot and martini kick in, and Candy and I dirty dance like we used to back in the day. Every now and then I catch Nico watching us. I can't blame him. Candy's an amazing dancer, and her magnetism and voluptuous body draw thirsty gazes from anyone near her. After several songs of bumping and grinding, most of us head back to the bar for refills. Plates of fancy-looking appetizers scatter the bar top, and we nibble on the delicious food. Barry serves up our drinks, and everyone heads back to the opening to dance. Aren't you coming? Candy asks, popping what looks like a caviar-topped scallop into her mouth. Yeah, I'll be right there. I'm going to rest a bit first. I'm getting older, you know. I wink and smile. Okay, hurry up, though. If you're not out there soon, I'm coming to get you. She extends her arm toward me as she dance walks away, pointing at me. I raise my martini as if to say, okay. Sliding into the bar stool, I've given up trying to make the fabric cover my legs and cross them. Turning toward the group, I sip my drink and watch them dance, bobbing my head to the beat. Sorry, there was a flash over here. I raise my drink in hand. Nico starts walking toward me. There's that slow motion time warp thing again. The alcohol must be hitting me harder than I thought. Dear God, this man is hot. I take another sip of my martini. Oh, sorry, there are comments over here. Hold on. Oh, no, I think people are talking to each other in there. All right, here we go. I take another sip of my martini. As he walks toward me, he shifts his gaze from me to the group and then back to me. Once he reaches me, he slides into the bar stool next to mine. The stale smell of smoke radiates off him and into my nose. Once again, I hold back my grimace from the foul smell. No more dancing, he asks, setting his drink on top of the bar. I'm just taking a break. I consider getting up and joining the others, but don't want to be rude. I'm hungry, so I spoon some tuna tartare onto a plate and scoop it up with a toastette, hoping to get the bite into my mouth and not drop it in my lap. So tell me, Destiny, what do you do for work? He lifts the tumbler to his lips and sips his whiskey, then looks at me. I turn my stool to face the bar and conceal my exposed legs. Wishing my body hadn't reacted so strongly to him, I clench my thighs together. I'm a romance author. Taking a drink of my martini, I try to breathe normally. He nods, looking down into his drink. What kind of romance do you write? Not the kind you make movies about. Oh, how I wish alcohol hadn't destroyed my ability to filter my thoughts before words fly out of my mouth. He puts his glass on the bar and turns his stool toward me with a sexy grin on his face. You've seen my work then, yes? Hold on, pages stuck together. Stay with me. Oh God. He studies my face. I hope it doesn't look as red as it feels. I clear my throat, trying to buy time for my brain to think straight. Yes, it was suggested to me. And what did you think? Great work. Nicely done. I sound like a bubbling fool. What I write isn't quite so graphic. A laugh bursts out of him that he tempers. So what are your stories like? Well, I do have some steamy scenes. I can't look at him as I say it. But I also make sure to build a relationship between my characters. There's a lot of heart and soulmate connection. You believe in soulmates? Well, I write about them. He shoots me a cunning smile. But do you believe in them? Maybe I live in a fantasy world, but I like to think there's someone specific out there for each of us. I clench my teeth, starting to feel like I have to defend my work and my beliefs, even though I'm starting to doubt them myself. I change the subject. You don't have to babysit me, you know. Giovanna's been shooting daggers at me all night. Maybe you should go be with her. Glancing over at Giovanna, I catch another piercing stare. You don't want to talk to me? I almost thought I detected the smallest hint of hurt as he asked the question. No, it's not that. I stammer. She doesn't seem too happy that you're talking to me. I'll decide who I spend my time with and who I talk to. And I'm not the least bit interested in Gigi, he deadpans. I am enjoying your company, however. He leans in ever so slightly, tilts his head down, and shifts his gaze quickly to my mouth, then back up to my eyes. The air around us is still and somehow quiet in spite of the thumping music. Oh, I thought you were together, especially after she basically peed around you in a circle earlier. Gigi, he uprights himself, glances at her and looks back at me. No, never. Gigi's been chasing me since we were kids. She's like a little sister to me. She doesn't look at you like you're a big brother. I shake my head and raise an eyebrow. Still, I'm sure there's tons of women you'd rather spend your time with. You don't need to talk to me because it's my birthday. Besides, I'm not your type, Mr. Playboy. Never releasing my gaze, he asks, no? So what's my type? I clasp together my clammy hands, wishing I could sink into the floor and slither away. I'll answer his question, then excuse myself to find Candy and let her know I'm leaving. Someone like Giovanna or even Candy, but Candy just physically. Your personalities aren't a good match. What am I saying? Shut up and get out of here. Why them? Crinkle lines form between his brows. What makes them my type? They're gorgeous and have ridiculously perfect bodies. You don't see yourself that way? No, it's not that I don't see myself that way. I'm just not that way. Is that why you're hiding over here by yourself and don't want me to talk to you? Ouch. That's not true. I'm not hiding. Now the truth comes out. I'm just not used to people being aware of me. I finish my drink as though it will somehow erase what I just said. I'm aware of you. He stares directly into my eyes and around the room. He stares directly into my eyes and the room around us disappears. I'm very aware of you. He releases my gaze and raises his hand toward Barry, then points at my empty glass. Where do you get your inspiration from for your steamy scenes? I'm curious about how authors come up with the scenes they write. Well, it's not from personal experience, I can tell you that. My face, neck, and ears grow impossibly hot as the words that spilled out of my mouth register in my head. Terrified to look at him. Oh, we'll do a whole chapter tonight. Terrified to look at him, I try to backpedal. What I mean to say is that sometimes we have to use our imagination, to fill in the blanks, so to speak. My backpedaling is failing miserably. He lets out a belly laugh that tempers into a broad smile as he looks at me. Nothing like admitting to a confirmed sex god that your sex life is pathetic. Oh, please, can the floor just open up and swallow me? So if you have no personal experience, then how do you write it? His smile is gone and he sounds genuinely curious. I fumble with the fabric, trying to drape it across at least one leg and failing. Well, we research, we read books and we watch movies. It's research. And then we create the fantasy with words in our stories. I am a bumbling fool. He rubs his index finger across his mustache. So you watch a movie, fantasize about someone in the movie, and then write out your fantasy? I think I'm going to pass out. I'm not having sex with you. Oh God, where are my filters? Another bellowing laugh erupts from him. Who said I want to have sex with you? You do know you have a reputation for being a playboy, right? Always rotating through women. I swirl my index finger in the air. You know you can't believe everything you read, right? True, I'll give him that. Okay, convince me you're not a total player. Why did that sound like a dare? That's it. End of chapter 2. End of chapter 2. Again, we are reading from Someone Exactly Like Me. Available on Amazon. Hope you guys enjoyed it. So tonight is the last night that we are reading for this week. And I will be back. I'm not going to do these on the weekends just because I have too many things to do on the weekends. So I will be back on Monday. You guys have a great weekend and thank you for joining me.